Browsers better than Google Chrome. There was once a time when Internet Explorer from Microsoft reigned supreme, but those days are long gone. The initial replacement of Internet Explorer was Google Chrome. While Chrome is an amazing browser, there are alternatives out there that even put this amazing tool to shame. Hello and welcome to Modern Day Geeks. Today, we are going to talk about browsers better than Google Chrome. Why don't you hit that like and subscribe button before we start surfing? Mozilla Firefox. Thanks to initiatives like its upgrade to Firefox Quantum, its VR alternative Firefox Reality, and its password-free browsing feature, the Mozilla Firefox browser makes significant efforts to make its browser a really modern method to browse from website to website. Mozilla has redesigned the browser's user interface, presenting a cleaner, more contemporary vision of what a web browser should be. However, the changes went beyond the surface. Behind the scenes, very incredible engineering is taking place. For instance, Firefox Quantum is built to make use of multi-core CPUs in ways that its rivals simply aren't. Although it won't significantly affect how you browse on a daily basis, Mozilla is hoping that this design will give Firefox Quantum an advantage in the future. By planning for the future now, Firefox Quantum is better equipped to benefit from faster processors when they become available. Improved password syncing across devices, better readability, integrated breach warnings, and a protections dashboard that gives an overview of how Firefox protects your privacy in the background are some of the most recent upgrades that increase privacy protection. On Windows computers with Intel and AMD CPUs, WebRender enhances graphics performance. Underneath those modifications, Firefox continues to be a dependable, cozy standard. It's a strong browser with a wide selection of add-ons and interfaces customization options. When utilizing a free Firefox account, the mobile browser app allows you to transfer bookmarks between devices, albeit adjusting settings across platforms isn't as easy as it is with Google Chrome. There is also a small side benefit. Some older online applications, such as those you would find at your institution or place of employment, function better on Firefox than they do on Chrome, because Firefox has been around longer. It never harms to keep it around for that reason. Opera. Opera makes a strong first impression as soon as you launch it. You can activate its built-in ad blocker, utilize its built-in VPN, enable its crypto wallet for cryptocurrencies, enable in-browser chat from the sidebar, and switch between light and dark modes from the splash screen. It's a fantastic start to an excellent browser, but if you're a gamer, you should check out Opera GX, which is made with gamers in mind and has Twitch integration and Razer Chroma capability. Another Chromium-based browser, Opera, offers quick performance and support for Chrome library add-ons. It also has some intriguing original ideas, like Flow, which is made for people who frequently come across content they want to refer to later. If you frequently email or message yourself interesting links, Flow makes it easier for you to do so in a more elegant way by making it simple to share information from Opera on your mobile to Opera on your PC. The company wants to be sure that it's the all-in-one browser for as many customers as possible, so it recently released the R5 version with a streamlined appearance and more integrated apps like WhatsApp and Facebook Messenger. Recently, they added the browser to Google Chromebooks, giving owners and prospective students more options when shopping for a laptop for their studies. Additionally, they are considering Windows 11 and how the new store can benefit them in the near future. Microsoft Edge. You all will recall Microsoft is the loser of the browser wars, which finally paved the way for Firefox and Chrome to succeed. However, Microsoft has switched sides and rebuilt its Edge browser with Chromium at its core. Versions are available for iOS, Android, and Mac, in addition to be the default browser for Windows. The new Chromium-powered version is significantly faster than its forerunner and comes with some useful features like reading aloud, the ability to cast media to Chromecast devices like inline videos, an Opera-style start page, and a good selection of add-ons like password managers, ad blockers, and so forth. You can also download web pages as standalone apps that you can operate without opening the entire browser. That's helpful for applications like Twitter or Google Docs. There are many customization possibilities, but the Safety and Services page, which makes potentially ambiguous settings crystal apparent, and the Site Permissions page stood out to us in particular. This allows you to fine-tune the actions that particular websites can take, such as barring ads and pop-ups, as well as many device access and video autoplay. Brave. The main characteristic that sets Brave apart from other browsers is its anti-ad attitude. The primary goal of Brave's architecture was to prevent monitoring and advertisements on websites. Users that value privacy will stand to gain the most from using Brave browsers, despite the fact that its additional security features may cause web pages to load a little more slowly. There have been complaints about third-party extensions not working properly with Brave, including Google Translate. Although website trackers and online advertisements are automatically blocked by Brave's default settings, these features can be enabled. The app was created by San Francisco, California-based Brave Software Inc. It was first made available in November 2019 and received its most recent upgrade in March 2022. With an installed base that has increased every year for the past 5 years, it presently has over 50 million active users. Currently, Windows, macOS, Linux, iOS, and Android all support Brave. Private surfing, protection from websites that track you, and ad blockers are just some of the capabilities that are included in Brave's extensive feature set. The browser also has a wallet feature that can be used for Bitcoin transactions, and it has a search tool that can be used as a platform for search engines. Both of these features are available to the user. Brave Swap is an additional cryptocurrency function that can be used within the browser to exchange Ethereum tokens for other cryptocurrency tokens. This feature is a part of the Brave browser. Vivaldi. Vivaldi is a really distinctive web browser. Users of Vivaldi won't utilize the same configuration twice. When you launch it for the first time, a setup procedure is walked you through to customize how your browser is set up. You can select the location of your address bar and browser tabs, as well as whether you want them to appear at the top of the page or in a distinct side panel. This browser was created specifically to provide a distinctive customer experience, and for the most part, it delivers. The customization features were improved and made more accessible in Vivaldi 2.0. This browser excels at customization, and in addition to the aforementioned UI options, you can select from a range of stylish themes that don't appear outdated or out of place on a contemporary PC. Additionally, it offers a number of noteworthy privacy-enhancing features, such as a partnership with DuckDuckGo that makes the non-tracking search tool the default choice when in privacy mode. Finally, recent updates offered even more potent customization choices, improvements like web panels that enable smarter browsing, and more robust tab management. A built-in tracker blocker, a clock in the status bar, a new notes manager, and a break mode for suspending the internet while keeping the browser open are among the additional new updates. Tor browser. A Firefox variant called the Tor browser acts as a straightforward access point for the Onion router, also known as Tor. To make you invisible, Tor uses an open network and software to route your traffic via numerous anonymous servers. When you are correctly configured and utilizing a browser like Tor to browse the web, especially when coupled with a VPN, it is very difficult for someone to identify you, even though it is not completely infallible. The Tor network and browser have a lot of acceptable uses. It's a wonderful option for journalists and activists, as well as people who reside in nations with oppressive governments. People who use Tor frequently travel to the dark web, which is home to numerous dangerous and illicit websites. In any case, the Tor browser and network are for you if you want to browse the internet fully anonymously. Opera has a VPN feature if you prefer a more popular choice, but it is much less secure. So that is all the time we had today, folks. What do you guys think? Which browser do you prefer using? Will you switch to a different browser after watching this, or stick to what you're using right now? Let us know in the comments below. Hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon on your way out. We're the Modern Day Geeks, and we hope to see you all next time. Bye-bye!